If you're looking for tips to get the upper hand when landing at prison, then I've got 5 loot paths that you need to know. Hey guys, I'm Skeletorus and welcome back to the channel. If you are new and you're looking to level up your gameplay, then hit that subscribe button along with the bell and let's advance to the next level. So I've got 5 different loot paths for prison that I like to use, the 5th one being my favourite, so make sure to keep watching. Loot path number 1. The first place to land in prison is the 3-storey building in the centre. It's packed full of loot, has great cover and advantage over the rest of prison compound, and it's difficult to breach as the only access to each level is the narrow stairwell. From here you can head to any of the buildings to carry on looting, but I would suggest to head out the back and take a right to the 2-storey building so you can reduce the time out of cover. Now the only problem with looting this building and coming out on top is you need to land on the roof first to gain the advantage, which leads me onto loot path 2. The 3 warehouses. This is usually my next port of call if I miss the 3-storey roof, and you can still get pretty good loot out of them if done correctly. And what I mean by this is looting each building in a circular path and moving between them from the back. This decreases your exposure so you are less likely to get shot and gives you the chance to loot the warehouses hassle free. Once you've looted these warehouses, then I would use the cover to the north of the compound to make my way over to the double warehouses. Sometimes though the plain path dictates which of these is easier to land, and that brings me onto loot path 3, the double warehouse. These warehouses are easier and quicker to loot than the 3 on the other side, and moving between each of them from the rear will again reduce your exposure to being shot, but you won't be finding a lot of loot here, so once you've picked everything up, use the cover to the north to make your way over to the 3 warehouses, but make sure you're aware of any other players that have landed there before you. On to loot path 4, the big 2-storey at the back of prison. Now just to let you know, this is my least favourite one to loot. Usually the loot in this sort of building on Erangel isn't that bad. The trouble with landing here is where to go afterwards. You have your back to a cliff and the next large lootable space is a fair distance without any cover. You can either head out the building, go left and down towards the 2-storey and then onto the 3 warehouses, or head left and go up so that you are using the cliff face to spy over the rest of the compound. This is an important point to note. Prison is surrounded by a high cliff face that is very easy for players to hide in and take pop shots at you down in the compound, so make sure that you glance up every now and again so you don't get caught out. But this leads me on to my last loot path. But before I do that, I want to hear from you down in the comments section. Let me know what is your favourite place to land in prison or on Erangel. So loot path 5. Don't land at prison. That's right, my favourite prison loot path is to skip it. But I don't mean onto the other side of the map, I mean here. Just northwest to the small 4-building compound, using a strategy I like to call the hunt. It's pretty simple. I land and loot up the buildings as fast as I can, take out any rival players, and make my way over to prison and use the cover of the cliff to spot players down in the compound. The advantage of this strategy is that all the players that land at prison can fight it out and loot up while you're not there, and all you have to do is mop up the last players as you arrive. So you can loot 1 or 2 players versus running around the whole of prison. It's a no-brainer for me. If you are looking to get the upper hand at other places on Erangel and in PUBG, I'll leave a card just up there so you can continue to level up your gameplay. Remember to hit the subscribe button down below so you can advance to the next level, and if you're still new to PUBG then click my video just here to see my top tips for noobs in PUBG. Well, that's enough for me today guys, Skeletorus out.